Hello guys, just going to the supermarket, and this is like the highlight of the week for me. And I usually go with my daughter. She's going to be 12 years old soon, and yeah, I think she doesn't want to come with me to the supermarket anymore because it's boring. You know, I asked my son, he never wants to go. He just wants to play his video games. Sometimes I can bribe him. I'll say, yeah, I'll get you this and this and that, and he'll come. And he has to be in a good mood as well. But usually my daughter always comes with me. But the last few times, you know, she says, Daddy, it's boring. I don't want to go there all the time. And I realised that what's the highlight of the week for me is boring for even a child. So, like, she's the only friend that I have. You know, now that since I lost my dad, she's the only one that I'm close to. My wife, I asked her, I called her, I said, would you like to come to the supermarket? And she shouted, no! I thought, okay, well, she's always in a bad mood, You know, I might ask her for something, I might need help. You know, like today I washed the sink, I did all the plates, cleared all the plates, and then I had to change my sheets, and I needed to find out where the clean sheets were. So I knocked on her door, and her immediate reply is, now what do you want? Like, when I hadn't called her for the whole day. I hadn't been in communication with her for the whole day. What do you mean, now what do I want? So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, me and my wife, we just don't get on at all. So, you know, I don't think there's any future for me and my wife. We don't get along. And yeah, well, forget about that for the moment. Thing is, you know, I don't have any friends, and the only friend that I have or the person that I'm close to is my daughter. But now she's growing up, and I know that one day she's gonna, you know, find a boyfriend, maybe when she gets older, get married, or move out of the house, you know, and get a flat with her friends. I don't know what people do. And yeah, she'll be gone. And I feel that, I don't know how to say this. Like, I'm investing all my love into one person, and then that person's going to leave. But what else do I do? You're supposed to love your children, aren't you? And your children love you. Sometimes I think, should I also be not investing, but putting my time into finding a woman? But then I think, you know, I'm just tired of having relationships, and then the relationships like collapsing, and I tend to collapse along with the relationship. You know, it takes a bit out of me. My first relationship, where I had a child in London, that collapsed, and ever since, you know, I have a daughter. She's a kind of estranged daughter. You know, I don't see her, and we have not a good relationship. And it's the old scenario where you have you're a bloke and you split up with your girlfriend and you have a daughter, and then she uses that daughter or son against you. You know, telling her or him all kind of BS, like you're such a bad person, and that person grows up to hate you or at least not to like you, and sometimes even to want revenge, to want bad things to happen to you. So yeah, I feel sad about that because I know that no matter what I do or what I say, in her eyes, I'm always a bad person. Always. Because I left her mum. Yeah. And I explained to her what I never left you, I just left your mum because your mum she was crazy. She was making me go crazy. Always arguing, always wanting this, wanting that. Money. Of course, money. Always wanted money. And I just couldn't take it anymore. In fact, it was when I was 28 years of age, kept having arguments with her, and I think I was heading towards a breakdown, a mental breakdown. In fact, on the occasion where I I ended up in hospital, where the left side of my brain, I felt that it was numb. It was zzz, and I couldn't feel it, and I ended up in hospital because of um, it, it was I think the climax of all my stress was when I was shouting at her on the phone and I smashed the phone on the floor because we'd had an argument, and it was a second of these type of arguments in 1 week, and I started to feel my brain all throbbing. It was actually in. I felt it was inside my brain, and so I remember what I did was I had my dog back then. His name was Duka, a male German Shepherd, and I drove to a big park. Well, it's actually Hampstead Heath in London, and I used to go there with my dog. And what I did is I was sitting down, and the fact that he was panting in the back, I couldn't take it. I felt that the car was moving, and I just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the motion. So I thought, okay, let me just take him out. I took him out, and I sat on the grass. And as I was laying down flat on the grass, I I felt that the earth was actually sucking me in, sucking me into the ground. I actually felt the motion of going down, and I actually heard the sucking sound. And I quickly got up and I thought, what the hell is this? And I thought, okay, let me just go home. So as I was going home, I just listened to all the birds singing in the trees, and it sounded like screeching. I was so hypersensitive. I couldn't take the noise, and I just quickly drove home, and I thought I was going crazy. I went underneath the covers. I went home to my bedroom, went underneath the covers, and I just covered myself. I didn't know how to cope. And it was getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know what was happening to me. And this throbbing in my brain, it just got really, really bad. And that's it. I just made a decision just to leave. I didn't even tell my parents where I was going. And I drove through a few red lights, and I just parked my car on a double yellow line. And I went into A&E, and I told them what was happening. So after a while, they checked me to see if I had a tumor. They did a neuro test. They tell you to look this way, that way, walk or do something. They prick your eye, and then they said, okay, you probably don't have a tumor. So then I saw the on-duty psychiatrist, and she said, "Do you have any stress at the moment?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm having these arguments with my girlfriend." And she said, "Okay, well, take this tablet for a few days, diazepam, which used to be called Valium, and that calms you down. and then we'll make an appointment to see a psychiatrist. So I took that for a few days. Then I saw a psychiatrist, and the same question, are you depressed? Are you stressed out? Are you depressed? I said, yeah, of course I'm depressed. I've got all these problems with my girlfriend. You know, uh, so he put me on Seroxat, which is Paxil, the SSRI, and he said, don't worry, within a few weeks' time, you'll feel fantastic. And so that's when my like roller coaster of a ride started. I did feel a lot better, but yeah, little did I know it was going to be so difficult to come off. Like 30 years later, and still I'm having problems. But yeah, going back to like, I have no friends. I really have no friends. And the thing is, it's not just that I have no friends. It's difficult to make friends because most people are normal, and they'll see right through me. They'll see that I'm not saying that I'm not quite there, but I'm not the same as other people. And so, what do you do? At least if you have a girlfriend, you've got something in common. SCX. But I don't even think I could do that anymore because it's such a long time that, like for years, me and my wife, we slept in different rooms. Must be about 10 years or 12, no, 12 years. And you might ask, okay, how did you have two kids, an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old? Well, we met on two occasions, believe it or not. So she must have been like really fertile on those two occasions. Yeah, maybe 20 minutes in 12 years, and I got two kids out of it. Two kids that I love. I'm not going to say anything bad about my kids or her, but yeah. So I didn't think that I'd be in this position now where I need to maybe find somebody else or enter into another relationship with another woman. How the hell do I choose another woman now? And then there's the thought that maybe I'm at fault because the first relationship, it was a disaster. The second one hasn't has ended. I don't want to make any more mistakes, but the thing is, yeah, mistakes do happen. It's just tiring. It's exhausting for me, having to put all your life force into a relationship with another person, and then after a few years, that person changes their mind. It's funny how she changed her mind um, after maybe working out that she was going to get half of all my stuff. Yeah, it's funny. You know what I'm trying to say. She probably worked out that this person is a good catch because he's got lots of money, or his dad has lots of money. So one day, if there's a divorce or anything, then I'll get half of a lot of money. I don't know. I'm not. Sometimes it sounds like I'm bitter. I am, but I'm not. It's just that I don't know. I don't know what to do. Some people can, not have friends and they're fine. They can be alone, but not lonely. I've found in my life that even when I had my mum and dad, I wasn't alone, but I was lonely. But now I'm going to be alone, and that loneliness will increase, will get worse. I mean, I won't be alone because I'll have 6 dogs to keep me busy, I suppose. But on the other side, they can stress me out as well. I love my dogs, but you can't. Yeah, you can hug your dog, but you can't. You know what I mean? Be romantically in love with your dog. Well, some people maybe are, but not me. Um, yeah, you can't talk about things. Like I suppose if I found some a nutty person, a person who is nutty enough to uh, have similar kind of ideas, like talk about the elixir of life and life extension and weird things like that, and alchemy. Maybe maybe there's a chance of meeting someone that how do you say complements me, that we can that fits me. Like when you have a jigsaw puzzle, some person that fits you. That um, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm tired. Now I'm going to do my shopping. And it's horrible going shopping alone. I'm so used to going shopping with my daughter. But now she's she's grown up, she's getting older, and she's super strong, super strong. I was I was arm wrestling with her, and she actually beat me. Not because my arms are strong, but I've got a problem with my right hand. My wrist is quite weak, so I'm thinking, bloody hell, I better shape up here. I better strengthen myself. Otherwise, like 12-year-old beating me in a lot, forget about 12-year-old, but it's, I mean, she feels quite proud that she beat me. She feels quite strong. And she is really strong. So I'm going to have to start training to beat her, you know, give her a good workout. Really. Yeah, so another lonely day shopping. It's it's horrible when you go shopping and you see couples, because now it's Friday night, and yeah, and me on my own. Well, sometimes I see couples and they're even old couples, like in their 70s, 80s. No, 70s isn't old, but even in their 80s or 90s, they're still holding hands. And I don't even go out with my wife. I mean, when she goes to the soup, and this started years ago. I should have seen this happen. I should. Well, I knew this was happening. When we used to go to the supermarket, she used to get a trolley for herself and do her shopping, and I used to do my own shopping. And she said, meet at the cashier. So she was like kind of separating from me slowly, slowly over the years. So I think, is it me? Is it maybe I haven't found the person that's right for me, but along the way, like it's really tiring. I mean, it's taken a lot out of me mentally, emotionally, and I don't want to go through another relationship, and I don't want to go through another breakup. It's just not worth it. It just takes too much out of me. I don't want to argue. I don't want to do this and that. If I have a chance, I'd like to find someone who's down to earth, that maybe a simple girl, maybe some village somewhere in Asia, because I don't know, an English woman or a Western woman for sure, she needs to be taken out here, spent money, spent money on her, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, someone said, Sue was saying, one of my subscribers, there are really some nice, lovely women out there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just too negative. Maybe I just think that women are evil. Not all women, of course. When it comes to choosing someone to have a relationship with. It's as if like women are like mercenaries, you know, they and it makes sense that they should choose someone who isn't broke, but isn't mentally broke as well, or emotionally broke, because they have to stay with that person. They're not going to choose someone who's got health problems, because otherwise they're going to have to look after that person. So sometimes I think it's that men who are more romantic and they're more loving than women. Women are more practical and logical. You know, they choose a person who has all these attributes, whereas a man just needs a pretty woman. She doesn't even have to be beautiful. She just slim-ish, you know, even chubby. It doesn't really matter as long as she's even slightly pretty. You know, yeah, like a man would, like the average man would go for a a pretty girl who isn't rich, who might have some kind of I don't know, some handicap or whatever, who works in McDonald's. A woman would never go for that. You know, when I say never, okay, she might be find him like uh, attractive. Maybe he makes her laugh or whatever. But I'm talking about long term, you know, husband material. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the case for most women, but maybe there are a lot of women that are really nice, you know, and don't care about those things. Don't care about money. I've bloody never met one though. So that's the problem. I've never met a woman like that. I've never even heard of a woman like that. You know, none of my friends have said, "Oh yeah, there's that bird, that girl that, you know, she doesn't care about money. She's so nice. She doesn't go out at night clubbing. Come back at 3 o'clock in the morning all pissed." I've never heard of a woman that is so nice, like an angel. And yeah, of course, they must exist. It's just that I've never. It makes sense that I've never heard of any or seen any because I never go out. I never, and I don't trust people on the internet. You know, I've looked at some of those sites, you know, women looking for men for boyfriends, and yeah, bloody hell, what they look for is like a big laundry list of um, things, and you know, and I feel that I don't have enough to give any of these women. But I suppose I'm not looking for any of those women. I'm looking for just that one woman. And I'd like to meet a woman like naturally, you know, maybe when I'm doing my boring shop. I'm so tired talking. Um, so there you go. Um, Another lonely evening for me. I'm going to do some shopping and I think someone said, I think Sue said, you know, fix yourself first. Love yourself, heal yourself first, and then you'll be good for other people, or at least you'll be healthy enough to be able to take on maybe a relationship, you know, because maybe some people can't even take on. It's too stressful just to have even a nice relationship where nothing goes wrong. Even that's stressful, you know. I think as you age, things become even more stressful. Well, anyway, yeah, that's what I think I have to do is work on myself and after I've healed from the various disease processes that I've counted 36, but after I've healed from all those, or even just a few of them, or in the process of healing, then I can be healthier and I can maybe think straight and maybe get lucky. Find a nice bird on the in the I don't know in the vegetable aisle. I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys are going through the same problems, loneliness. You know, people come up with like solutions. Oh, go out. Go out and go to the pub, go to the club, go. That's the easy part. No, well, not easy part. Even that for me is also difficult. But I'm saying, I can visualize it. I can imagine me. Okay, I wouldn't do it, but let's say I did it. I went to the nightclub, or I don't know, cafe or pub or something, and I met a girl. The initial effort, I can make the initial effort, but then having to keep that up is bloody stressful. And like for me, I don't have, like, when you have some mental health issues, you don't have all that energy. You know, if you have to invest all that energy into keeping someone happy or keeping someone interested, then it's bound to fail. Um, normal people, they have all that energy. So, some people, if you're watching this, yeah, if you're lonely, you can, if you're in your 20s and 30s, and if you're just lonely and you're staying at home playing, you know, or not Pac-Man, but some other modern games, if you're a gamer, yeah, go outside and try and meet someone. But if you've got mental health problems like anxiety, then you have to be careful, because you can reach that tipping point where you don't have the resources, the energy to deal with, um, even like a nice, happy relationship. So that's what I worry about. Um, so I don't know. Thumbs up if you like my talk. Thumbs down if you think it's a load of BS and I've just wasted your time. Um, I don't know what to say. What am I supposed to say? Share, like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Not a boring one or a lonely one. I hope you've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend or and family. And guys, I know we all do, but um, don't take your family for granted. If you've got a mum or dad, go and see them. If you've got kids, love them, hug them. Don't take you know what you have for granted. Okay, bye.